Before this starts, I should admit something. I don't play Dungeons and Dragons. I never played Dungeons and Dragons, and honestly, I wasn't planning to. There are dice, rules, and a lot of confident people talk about things that don't exist. So before I judge it, here's what I learned. One person describes a story, everyone else decides what to do in it. Sometimes you fight monsters, sometimes you argue with villagers, sometimes you accidentally burn down the village. When things get risky, you roll dice.
Dungeons and Dragons is a real serious problem. But as we'll see in the upcoming few moments, the problems with role-playing games have moved far beyond Dungeons and Dragons.
It is role-playing, which is typically used for behavior modification.
It's not coincidence, not when you have careful documentation, you have careful notes, you have eyewitnesses.
Shotgun suicide. The detective report noted.
I think it's been connected to a number of suicides.
And they have complete descriptions of how to...
There's sixes involved in the pieces of
Dragons represented some kind of existential threat to my soul.
Still, D&D has a reputation. People have called it dangerous, addictive, even evil. At one point, adults were convinced a tabletop game was ruining lives, which feels dramatic and also very on brand for society. So I wanted to understand why a game that looks like organized pretending managed to scare so many people.
It will be investigation.
You can see that there are books. There are definitely books. There are a lot of books.
Yeah,
Books. There are a range of books. There's a lot of different books. When I love books. You know, there's books.
That's one book? And then there's maybe two books.
Yeah. There might be two more than two books, you know?
Yes. Are present.
Yeah, books are present. There are books.
And shelves.
And shelves.
Whoa.
And there's one
This is
shelf.
very important information.
And there's one clock. And that's a book. There's nothing inside.
Nothing inside.
Nothing inside.
Wait, nothing in the pages.
You can't confine by what I do. Okay. No.
No, I'm looking if there's stuff
There's something
hidden
like, it's
inside.
not what comments are, it's like what is it
I-
watch inside.
I'm not reading a romance book right now, buddy. Not right now.
Chapter 1.
It wasn't what I expected. There was no dark rituals, no ominous chanting, just people yelling about plans that immediately went wrong. They argued, they laughed, someone got way too excited about opening a door. It looked less like a cult and more like a chaotic group project that everyone somehow enjoyed. I still didn't understand the rules, but I understood the energy. So I reached out to the players, and my friend Azza helped me interview them on why they kept coming back.
And then you just saw your teammates just climb to the wall to the castle.
I am Mandy, year 2 biotech as of this semester, and I'm just your average dungeon master.
My name is Harith, and in this one shot, I play as a owl cavalier.
I'm Yusuf. I'm a year 1 mechatronics engineering student. I'm currently playing as a mix between a hobbit and Gandalf.
No. Are we for real?
Do you know that Dungeons and Dragons used to be seen as something like dangerous, something about devil worshipping?
Yes, claim of pagan origins. Using fantasy creatures that, especially with Western Christianity, they believe God created everything, and the fantasy are just merely evil things to be slain by the forces of God.
Strangely enough, it was true. They had Stranger Things episode about this. So I remember watching that episode and thinking, I never knew it was demonic.
English.
Bruh. Honestly,
I don't know. I think it's just the the whole this new thing is dangerous kind of thing. I don't know why D&D specifically got it. I mean, I guess a part of it is the setting. The idea, the original setting with like tieflings and a huge focus of the early campaigns, I guess, on the like hell aspect of it. Maybe that was it. I don't know. I think it's just fear mongering.
Who are you at a table that you can't be in real life?
In real life and in table, I am just an observer, just watching what my players want to do and then react when they want it.
Generally, I would go for the more yes, let's work together option. With this, since there's no actual consequence to anything we do, I prefer to go with the there must be chaos, the world shall burn.
I've noticed, not just for myself, but just a lot of people who, tend to be a little reserved. Once they get inserted into the group, they come out. It's really nice to see that, and I think that was me as well. I used to be pretty shy and reserved, but D&D is, it's pretty fun. It's so great that it brings you out of your shell.
Like, you get dry, you never know.
What is something you only understand because you play D&D?
I guess sort of tabletop games in general. I didn't really see the appeal of this, but just give it a try. It's something you might like. Yeah, I used to actually think it was really weird and didn't like it at all. But yeah, you give it a shot.
Oh, that's nice.
No one mentioned winning. They talk about creativity, friendship, escaping real-life stress. One person said it helped them feel less alone. That was not the answer I expected. However, players can be biased towards their favorite game. Instead, my friend Ariel introduced me to someone who was a professional in this field and let them explain it.
I'm Dr. Rizky. I'm assistant professor in workplace diversity and technology innovation. So I think people just think of it as like it's just another hobby for a person because it's more common to see someone engage in this kind of entertainment. And to be fair, even D&D in itself, it's not revolutionary in terms of the storytelling, because before that there's Lord of the Rings. It all started there. All of the characters that you use in D&D, it all started there. So, you refer back to Tolkien's book to create your characters. At least back then, that's how they do it, right? And Lord of the Rings were popular. A lot of things that are fantasy are popular. Game of Thrones, House of Dragons. These are things that take place in a set that pretty much you often use in D&D. Because of these overlaps, I think it's only positive from here. But you also need to think about where D&D was. It was in the US. US is a very conservative country. Whether they like it or not, they're a very conservative country. Their version of Christian is different. And there's this whole fanatic thing about how they approach things, right? So, because D&D, essentially, that freedom of creating different kind of characters. So we were just talking about Tiefling just now during the break, right? A character that typically a Tiefling would be considered Satan among a religious community. So they will say that is big devil, or that looks like Lucifer or something, I don't know. So I think that's why there's that panic phase in the 80s. This is the 80s. You only have televisions for your information or the radio. So that's probably how it happens. And considering the community that it got popularized at, so that just kind of like adding more to the fuel and how people just feel like this is just crazy. And the fact that there's actually no specific storyline, it really depends on who's playing and who's the master is. And yeah, so that's what it is.
Eventually, I sat at the table. No experience, no idea what I was doing. I rolled the dice wrong, I forget my abilities, I definitely made bad choices, but no one cared. They just kept the story going.
Yup, sick.
Okay.
Alright.
That was all.
Yeah. And that is 10%.
For your backstory and whatever. Okay. What's this say? As you guys are traveling, you must travel through it to go to where you're going. So, as you guys are looking around, You see that the streets are empty, yet garments hang on the clothesline, flapping gently with the breeze. 2 malnourished horses are tied to a hitching post in front of a tavern. And you know that she travels to cities and towns, aka KL, performing for the people. And you've definitely heard who Tasha's Kiss is.
Asa,
Yeah, that's
oh
all.
dear, spoke in a language I barely understood. He kept asking what I wanted to do. I didn't know how to answer. Everyone else seemed so confident, expecting this, investigating that. I was just trying to keep up. So I stayed quiet, watched, and listened. And eventually, I tried to step into the madness. I made things up, pretended a little, just to see what it felt like.
Here?
A pillar.
Pillar. Oh.
Yeah, pull further so that when
It's
she
only
wants to.
5 feet.
Yeah, but
So,
when she wants
One
to attack.
space.
One space?
Yeah, it's like.
Fuck it, let's move it just back there.
Yeah.
Alright, you do so.
So that they're supposed so that for she needs to fight for it.
And remember, actually no, since you guys are close together.
Me?
Roll intelligence save again.
Again?
Yeah. Roll it, but you have an advantage.
Well, you should give it to me.
What's my advantage?
I got that 21 times. I'm about to die.
Yeah.
Wait.
So, Mr. Wong Kah-ho, how do you feel about actually getting to play a not full, but almost complete session of D&D?
It's actually quite fun, to be honest. If you have people around you who didn't play as well, I kind of guess that you're on the same journey, and it's just like it's a very good feeling because everyone's as close as you. I find
It's a lot more fun playing with people that, either have played it and have a type of vision that they want to go with, like Irfan, or people who've never played it at all, like you and Azalea.
That was so fun.
I think it's also fun having a DM like Za because he'll roll with it, If I say I want to roll to seduce, he'll have to make it up as he goes along. He can't say no.
I expected D&D to be kind of like a thing where kind of like you kind of make it up as you go, but Azar, the DM, made it feel like every step was like planned, even though like sometimes our actions were very quote unquote like unexpected to him, but he never made it feel like okay you can't do that, but he just kind of like played around with it, which was really nice. It like gave us like the room to be very imaginative.
I mean like seeing you guys like Azalea and you play was just incredible to watch. Y'all just be very immersed, and the way you guys got into character really quickly. It was really like I was like, you're born to play D&D.
I still won't call myself a hardcore player, but I get it now. D&D isn't about being nerdy or dramatic or escaping reality. It's about sharing a story with people who let you be a little weird for a few hours. And honestly, it's not the worst thing a game can offer.
I mean, okay,
The
look.
door is like slightly smaller.
I used to think Dungeons and Dragons were just a game for people who wanted to escape reality. Now I think it's a way people learn how to face it. It's not about dragons or dice or complicated rules. It's about stories, about being heard, about sitting at a table and realizing you don't have to be impressive to belong. Some people use it to laugh, some use it to cope, some use it to feel a little less alone. And somehow, a game that once looked confusing and excessive has become something quietly meaningful. I still don't know every rule. I still make questionable choices. But I understand the heart of it now. D&D isn't about pretending to be someone else. It's about finding a place where you're allowed to be yourself, a little louder, a little braver, and a little less afraid.
And cut.